500,000 square miles of the Atlantic has terrified and baffled travelers, explorers, and even scientists for generations. It's been called the Devil's Triangle. Since the time of Christopher Columbus, these waters have been the scene of numerous strange and mysterious disasters and disappearances. Vessels, planes, and helpless travelers vanished without a trace. But where have they gone, and why? Join us as we look for the truth about the Triangle's alleged devastating power. And finally, we'll unveil a shocking theory, one that could entirely redraw the map and change the planet. Take a look at this map. If we draw 3 straight lines between Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico, we have a triangle about the size of Alaska. This area has seen over 50 ship disappearances and at least 1,000 casualties in the last century. Even those who've survived have seen many unusual incidents. The secret of the triangle remains unsolved. Today, we're going to look at a relatively new theory. A one-of-a-kind underwater phenomenon that may have been sinking ships here for hundreds of years. In this region of the Atlantic, a large swath of sargassum is growing in the open ocean. Sailors began telling stories of an impenetrable region of the Atlantic where ships became entangled in these large mats and were stranded for weeks at a time. They called it the Sargasso Sea. But getting stuck isn't the only problem. When a ship becomes trapped inside, something even more dangerous can happen. As it clumps together, it begins to rot, and the odor it emits is extremely toxic. If those smells would get onto a ship, they could drive the crew insane. Is it possible that this strange plant growth has been poisoning sailors and sinking ships for hundreds of years? Could the enigma of the Bermuda Triangle really be that simple? As we're about to discover, the truth may be far more complicated. 2 of the Triangle's most perplexing mysteries have happened over 600 miles away from the Sargasso Sea. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a World War I ship, went missing in the Bermuda Triangle, taking 306 crew and passengers with it. Until today, no remains have been discovered. Are there supernatural events occurring in Bermuda? Perhaps. But there has to be a more scientific explanation for all of this. The Bermuda Triangle is more than just shipwrecks. It's also about anomalies that affect aircraft and other such things. On December 5, 1945, just months after World War II ended, 14 airmen boarded 5 planes in Florida and took off over the Atlantic. Soon after reaching the Bermuda Triangle, the aircraft was strangely disoriented. All 5 planes and all 14 crew were lost, without a trace. The tragedy, however, does not stop there. In an unusual twist, a seaplane with 13 more crew members was sent on a rescue mission. Surprisingly, that plane too vanished, barely 27 minutes into its flight. What is going on in the skies above this supposedly dangerous section of the ocean? Bermuda, like many other islands, was created by a volcano millions of years ago. But it has very unusual lava. Bermuda's volcanic rocks have 20 times more magnetite than usual, the most natural magnetic mineral on Earth. More than 400 billion tons of magnetite. Now, over time, that has eroded away and washed into the sea. All the magnetite that once was in the volcanic rock is now deposited up to 120 miles away in every direction around Bermuda. Despite the fact that Bermuda is a tiny dot on the map, it is essentially one giant magnet. If this theory is correct, and all of the deadly events in the Bermuda Triangle could be related to magnetism, it sets up yet another compelling mystery. In 1980, a 400-foot auxiliary ship sank here, 250 miles north of Miami. In 1991, a commuter plane crashed here on Georgia's east coast. In 2018, a Piper PA-31 took off from South Carolina and headed for the Bahamas. 100 miles off the coast in this area, the pilot made an emergency request to reroute the flight. After that, it was never seen or heard from again. These and similar incidents did not occur within the Bermuda Triangle. Instead, as you can see, they form a path that extends over 1,000 miles to the northwest. A new theory is emerging that could not just explain this path, but also have a significant future impact. What if the Bermuda Triangle is on the move? Finally, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle may be close to being solved. Experts believe that the area's high concentration of magnetite is interfering with the Earth's magnetic field and leading to mysterious incidents. If this is the case, the problem goes far deeper than the ocean floor. Geophysics experts believe that a potentially catastrophic magnetic shift is happening at the core of our planet right now. The Earth's magnetic field is shifting, and it may be dragging the Bermuda Triangle along with it. Here is the planet's geographic north. In 1900, magnetic north was located here, and it slowly moved northwards until around 1990, when it began migrating far more quickly. It is now moving north and west into Russia at a rate of 35 miles per year. We've already noticed an increase in the number of plane and boat disappearances in the northwest of the current triangle. Bermuda's underwater magnetite deposits are also moving in the same way. Is this just a coincidence? One thing is certain, the magnetic shift is having large consequences. What happened in the Bermuda Triangle is now starting to happen on a worldwide scale. The magnetic field of our planet shields us from solar radiation. If they reach the Earth in large numbers, it could disrupt electrical systems, cellular and satellite communication, gas and oil pipelines, airplane flights, and possibly more things we haven't yet considered. It won't happen overnight, but there are signs that it may happen very soon. What if this happened on a global scale, and our communications all stopped working? We basically would be thrown back 300 years. It wouldn't be the Stone Age, but it wouldn't be the modern world either. There are steps we can take to prevent this scenario, but that's a story for another UnTruth.